Episode 16, The Storm.
The lobby of Arkham Asylum. Chairs, papers, broken pieces of wood, smashed tiles are everywhere. I try to ignore the smear of blood and pieces of... I don't even want to know. Across the glass pane of the receptionist's desk, Bullock stands just to my side, talking with a couple of orderlies who look worse for wear. I talk with Dr. Strange. Despite the attack on the asylum, the bald man remains eerily calm. A smile seems to appear on his face as he scratches his dark gray beard. Tell me, what in blue blazes happened here?
As I told your men earlier, this was a directed attack on the electrical systems for the entire facility.
You mean that the entire asylum has its electricity controlled in one area? Whose bright idea was that?
Commissioner, there's no...
Stuff it, Strange! Who knew about the electrical grid?
I assure you that only my staff knew about the grid. I trust all of them.
Oh, please, don't tell me you're trying to shovel that Milwaukee to us.
Bullock, quiet! He's right. You work with the worst of the worst. We can't trust anyone here, not even you.
How dare you insinuate that I could be involved? I'm a medical provider, not some common criminal.
Sure are full of yourself, aren't you, buddy? Maybe I should show you how we do things downtown.
I have half a mind to let him do it, Strange. You're just lucky that the other half of me is an honest cop. We need a record of all the people in Asylum, and I mean everyone. Patients, staff, visitors, janitorial staff. Heck, I want to know who delivers the papers. Am I being clear?
Very clear, if ineloquent. I will see to it myself.
Bullock, any word from the team we sent in earlier?
They didn't make it. The men were all killed. We don't know who did it, but it was a massacre. Blood everywhere, body parts. Whew. We followed the bloody footprints from the scene to a broken window. Guy must have jumped and made a run for it. A list of inmates wasn't there.
Blast! We're stuck waiting on Strange.
And while we're here sitting pretty, literally all the crazies could be on the loose. Freeze, Quinn, Ivy, Joker, and Scarecrow. Not to mention Two-Face and Zaz, who are already on the run. Plus that lousy bat. What are you gonna do, Jim?
We're gonna have to start a curfew. Double the number of officers on patrol and talk to the mayor about temporary search and seizure procedures.
What are you talking about, Commish? That's extreme. Do we really want to do this?
We don't have any choice. We're being pushed, and we have to protect people.
Oh, we better nail whoever did this, then.
I know.
It's gonna turn this city into a war zone.
I know.
Yeah, whoever did this, they gotta be crazy.
Or brilliant. We're stuck trying to hunt down all the inmates. Whoever did this knows our attention is divided, and he or she can do whatever they want. Three days later, 8 p.m., inside the GCPD, the chaos from the attack on Arkham is still hanging around the office like hurricane. Everyone's on edge. We cornered Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy last night, but they managed to kill or maim all the officers who tried to capture them and are still on the run. Phones are ringing off the hook with bogus tips, making everyone's job a nightmare. I understand, Mr. Mayor. We're doing everything we can to manage the situation. I know that, sir. But the new policies are only temporary. We can get rid of them once everything is back under control. Sir, I see. Well, that is one view on how the situation is being handled. I would just remind you, sir, that you don't have the best track record. It would be a shame if a certain reporter got an anonymous tip. Yes, Yes, well, I'll save a seat for you there. Ramirez and Montoya, I need you to check out that report on the Scarecrow at the docks.
Commish! We got a tip from some geezer that Two-Face is gonna attack Twin Peaks Casino.
Why in the world would he be going there?
Do I look like a shrink? How should I know? I'm just a messenger.
Who do we have left to send?
Well, let me just see here. There's Officers Bupkis and Nada. They always do a bang-up job. Oh, and I can't believe I forgot Detective Zilch and his partner Zippo. Me and you are the only two left in the whole building.
We're up then.
Oh, no. Not on your life. There ain't no way.
Look, it has to be done.
Fine, but this time I'm driving. I always get car sick with you behind the wheel.
Big baby.
Oh, real mature, Commish. Making fun of a guy's sensitive stomach.
Remind me of your sensitive stomach the next time you eat 4 chili dogs. The Twin Peaks Casino. One of the higher-end casinos in Gotham. It's owned by the mob. This particular casino is run by none other than the Black Mask. If Two-Face really is planning to attack the casino, it would mean a turf war. As Bullock pulls up on the main entrance, the sound of rapid gunfire followed by a wave of people pouring out of the doors, screaming, greets us.
Why do they always gotta shoot? Can't they just curse each other out like civilized people?
We can't all be as sophisticated as you. Come on! We enter into the casino. Standing in the center of the room on a raised platform is Two-Face. He's wearing his black and white suit and wielding a Tommy gun. Several of his men stand near him, holding large, empty bags. People rush past us as Two-Face fires wildly. Bullock and I duck behind slot machines.
We have to flip for it first. Tails. We leave the money in the slot machine alone. It isn't part of the plan.
This is the police. Drop your weapons and no one has to get hurt.
The lawmen are here. Let's see what fate has in store for justice today. I have 2,222 pounds of dynamite placed throughout the casino.
Drop the weapon now!
We're gonna bet against the house. Heads you live, tails you die.
On the ground, now, Dent!
Oh, that really sounds like you convinced them, Commish. It's getting so much more peaceful here. You ought to show me where you got that gift of the old Gab.
Shut up, Bullock. From behind Two-Face, the doors leading to the office burst open, and out walks a muscular man wearing a white three-piece pinstripe suit and an ebony skull mask that covers his entire head. Black Mask. He holds 2 large pistols and is flanked on both sides with 2 goons carrying machine guns.
I'm so glad you all could stop by. Nothing is better than having some old pal shoot the place up. Former district attorney. Can I get you anything? Something to drink? A mint? Maybe 2 bullets between the eyes since you're so fond of having things in pairs?
Just the man I've been looking for. You see, I've been looking to expand my operations. I figure if you can't run this town through legal means, then you have to do it through crime. And I'm thinking of starting things off by taking your operations off your hands.
Well, how kind of you. I appreciate the offer. We men of business have to stick together, but I think I'm going to pass on your generous offer. I don't work with psychos.
Well, now this is unfortunate, because I have to decide whether or not to kill you, or rather, my coin has to do the deciding.
I heard about your little hang-up. Must be such a nuisance having to decide everything with a little coin. Can't imagine how hard it must be deciding when to go to the bathroom. Here's how things are gonna go. You're not going to do anything except die at best. You see, I like to consider myself a reasonable man, but even I have my limits. Breaking into my casino, shooting the place up, and threatening me is the fastest way to a grave! You and your two faces are going to be smears on the ground when I'm done with you!
Black Mask raises his weapons towards Two-Face. The sound of glass shattering breaks the silence. Through the window sails the Batman, with his cape spread wide. He lands in between the two criminals. In a flash, he throws 4 batarangs that knock out both men's goons. In the next second, he rushes Two-Face. The vigilante tackles the man to the ground brutally, punching him unconscious.
Batman!
With Two-Face knocked out, Batman turns to Black Mask, who begins to fight. The Dark Knight dodges with lightning speed towards the mobster. He rises from the ground and kicks Black Mask's guns out of his hands. Batman grabs the mobster by the throat and raises him off the ground.
You're coming with me.
You're under arrest, Batman. I'm going to have to ask you to drop that man and put yourself in police custody. Bullock stands up and puts himself in front of Batman, pointing his gun.
You're the man. Drop the scumbag. Now, freak!
Out of my way.
Not in a million years.
Fine.
Batman drops Black Mask to the ground with a heavy thud, grabs Bullock, and throws him into a series of slot machines, leaving Bullock unconscious. Batman! I have to take you in!
Get out of my way right now, or I'll move you myself.
Don't do this, Batman. We're on the same side.
There are no sides. There's just me and the rest of the world. Now move!
I stand my ground. Batman grabs Black Mask and pushes me to the side forcefully.
The rooftops of Gotham. Black Mask yells for help, but this high up, no one can hear him or care. I grab hold of the man by his suit lapels and dangle him over the edge of the building. The mask hides any expression of fear on his face, but his eyes reveal the truth. 600 feet. That's how far you would fall. 600 feet. I want you to think very carefully about that number, because I have some very important questions that need to be answered. And I really don't want to leave a mess on the ground for someone else to clean up. Now, the Arkham job. It was too organized for any of the regular crazies. Only someone in the mob could have done it. So tell me, who's responsible?
Are you kidding me? Why should I tell you anything?
That is a long way down.
You can't drop me. That's crazy.
On any other day, you'd be right. Today is a very different day. Talk or drop.
Fine. I'll talk. Just put me back on the roof.
Talk now. I may not like what I hear. Would be ashamed to save your life for nothing.
Look, the rumor is that a professional was hired. A real tough guy. Not from around here.
Who hired this professional?
I don't know.
I pretend to drop him slightly.
Ah! Look, they're only rumors. Only a mob boss could have had the pull to get someone like this in town.
So who was that desperate?
There's only one. Thorne. You've been putting so much pressure on the guy that he's turned to outside help.
Who is this guy?
He's some kind of mercenary. That's all I know.
You lying scum! Now tell me who this guy is right now, or you get to see every inch of those 600 feet.
You're out of your mind!
I'm out of patience.
Look, he's some kind of foreign guy. Spanish or something. He brought down entire towns before. If he's here, you're in trouble.
If this guy's so good, and Thorne's in so much trouble, how did he pay?
Think about it. If he's willing to do this for free, then he must have taken an interest in this city and you. Which means you need to watch your back. Pretty soon you're going to get the axe.
What's his name?
He only has a code name. Bane.
Outside the casino, Bullock grumbles as we lead Two-Face in handcuffs to the back of a police car. The car drives off. Several uniforms are helping with the other thugs and taking witnesses' reports.
Hey, we finally nailed that guy. It's a shame we couldn't get Black Mask, too. That lousy bat. Oh, he's gonna get what's coming to him the next time I see him, I swear.
We have bigger problems than blowing up our egos. We need to get back to the station. Who knows what new problems could have sprung up while we were gone.
What else could happen?
The minute you start tempting fate, things get worse.
Look, things can't get any worse. Every cuckoo has left the nest. I'm pretty sure unless the heavens open up and start dropping bad guys, I think we've reached rock bottom.
Come on, I'll drive us back.
Hooray, hooray! Touchy, touchy.
Jesus
Mother
Christ!
God!
On top of the car is the unconscious body of Black Mask. Medic! Over here, now!
And that freaking bat strikes again!
What were you saying about the heavens opening up?
And that nutcase is dropping people. Freak! You hear me? Why don't you come out and play with the big boys? I'll show you what you got coming!
I'm sure you put up a splendid fight, but we have other things to do, if you don't mind.
The Gotham City News Network. A few minutes before the start of my evening news program, I'm reading over the news stories at the news desk. While I would never say that the attack on the asylum was good, I will say it certainly has been good for business. The only problem is that most of the stories I've had have been minor, and to top it all, they'll beat me to the scoop on the initial attack.
Mr. Ryder? Mr. Ryder?
What is it, kid? We're ready to start.
We just got a tip that there's going to be an attack on Old Ace Chemicals factory.
Sure, and I also heard that flying swine interrupted the air traffic today.
The tip said it was the Joker making the attack.
Kid, listen. We get tips like that all the time. Sometimes it's the Joker, other times it's the Batman. You gotta learn to be a little more discerning in your tastes. You can't take everything at face value.
Look, you gotta believe me.
Okay. Why do I have to believe you?
I got the tip from the man who called in. He said that he was the one who did the attack on the asylum.
Oh, really? Come on, you didn't.
He said if we didn't send a crew out to the factory, we would become the story. He said the news studios would blow up.
Did you call the police?
He said no police, no Batman, and he said that you have to report the story live.
Are you kidding me? I'm just a reporter. What does he want with me?
I don't know. What should we do?
Let Bill, the station manager, know we're leaving. I'll get a van.
Sure.
We arrive at the large, empty building that was Ace Chemicals. The large smokestacks rise high into the sky and cast dark shadows. The place gives me the creeps. The people who designed this place had to be out of their mind. Makes sense given the fact that one of Gotham's craziest criminals was born here. At least, that's the rumor. It might be just that, though. The interns and I get out of the van, each of us carrying equipment to start recording. We walk through the main doors, wooden and rotten. Bits of pale green paint rub off on my hand as I push open the door. Inside, there's still the smell of chemicals, like a musty, sweet smell that burns slightly as you breathe it in. The faint sound of bubbling liquid echoes through the room.
I thought this place was shut down.
It's been closed for over 8 years.
Then what's that bubbling?
I don't know. Maybe that's what the Joker's up to. Several men wearing what looks like canvas cargo pants and heavy boots rush in all around us. In a few seconds, we're surrounded. The men point large assault rifles at us. Instinctively, We drop the equipment and raise our hands. In front of us walks a large, muscular man wearing a heavy jacket fitted with tubes that run from a circular device on his hand to his back. His face is completely hidden by a black and white mask with dark, red, angular goggles over his eyes.
Senor Ryder, I am so glad you made it. I do apologize for the deception, but I needed you personally here. The death of a few interns would not have drawn the attention we needed.
What?
Men!
The interns have their throats cut and fall to the ground on either side of me. Why are you doing this?
The Batman is drawn to the Joker like a moth to the flame. Unfortunately, El Payaso is much too difficult to predict. So an imitation will be needed.
Please, you don't have to kill me.
I'm afraid I will have to. You see, you are just a pawn.
Grabbing me by my shirt, the large man sprays me with a liquid that seems harmless at first. A few seconds later, my stomach tightens painfully, and I can't get a deep breath. My body begins to convulse, and I begin to laugh uncontrollably. The man, still holding me, walks me to a vat of chemicals that bubbles violently. He dangles me over the vat as I continue to laugh, and then drops me into the searing liquid.
Make sure the factory is left destroyed. I want blood, spray paint, and debris everywhere. The Batman must believe El Payaso is responsible.
Bane dips his fingers into the pool of blood from the interns and writes on the wall, "Who's laughing now, Batman?"
We received a call from the Gotham City News Network. Jack Ryder never returned to work. He and 2 interns left to get a story at Ace Chemicals over 6 hours ago. Bullock and I use a squad car to investigate. I hate the old factory. It's like looking at a long dead beast that's been rotting from the inside out. Bullock and I pull up. The doors are blown off the main entrance, and sprayed across the front of the building are large green and purple ha-has.
What a no-good, rotten dirtbag.
This is Commissioner Gordon. I need any available units for support at Ace Chemicals. Possible break-in. Potential hostiles. Possible suspect? The Joker. Come on, we have to go and check the area.
Oh, if he's here, we should wait, Commish. He's a psycho. We can't take him.
We can't take the safe route. We enter the building. The place is a disaster. Everything is destroyed and sprayed with crazy drawings.
I got blood over here. Oh, it's a lot, Commish. 2 bodies.
Careful, he could still be around here somewhere.
I ain't seen hide nor hair of him. Surprised we haven't run into your pet bat. Usually he'd be all over this place like stink on cheese. You know, maybe once we finally beat him to the punch.
You didn't.
Oh, looky here. We got ourselves a wanted criminal. You just made my day. All right, hands behind your head.
Batman, we have to take you in. Have you touched anything? If you have, we need it for evidence. The Batman holds up a small plastic bag with a small piece of torn clothing that seems damp.
You're not taking me in. You can look at this, but I'm keeping it. Too many idiots at the GCPD.
Oh, looks like I'm gonna have to take it from you. Just the way I like it. Time for round 2, freak.
Listen, you overzealous imbecile. I've had enough to hear with your narrow-minded antics. We have killers on the loose. You can waste your time trying to arrest me, and if you do, I promise, I'll be your worst nightmare. Now help me figure out what happened here, or get out, now.
What did the Joker want?
I don't know, it was him. Whoever did this killed 2 people, possibly 3.
What do you mean, possibly 3?
The only evidence I have of Ryder is this piece of material.
Why is it wet?
I found it at the bottom of that vat. It was emptied recently. It had a form of acid in it, aqua regia. It's used to remove gold and other imperfections from electronics.
You telling me the psycho dunked old Ryder in that stuff?
Yes.
So what? He gets dissolved? We don't got a body.
Contrary to common knowledge, acids do not simply dissolve people. In most cases, they scar or burn. It takes a very special acid to eat away a human completely. And even then, there's something left behind.
So then, we have to follow the drain, see if we find Ryder's body.
I already checked the outtake outside. There were footsteps leading away, but there wasn't a body.
You think whoever did this took the body?
I don't know. We need to find the Joker, see if he's responsible. In the meantime, there needs to be a bulletin for Ryder.
We don't have the men for a manhunt.
I know. But if it wasn't the Joker who did this, the bulletin will make the person who did it nervous, careless. We can catch the person responsible when they make mistakes.
You better leave. We have backup on the way.
Hey, this is one miserable piece of work we've gotten ourselves into.
I have a feeling things are gonna get worse.
You know what? You were right.
About what?
I should have never said things can't get any worse.